All right, so my name is Dvein Mancuso. This is my Raspberry Pi virtual VPN project. Okay, so I'm going to start off getting into the rationale for this project. So the goal was to basically create a VPN with a Raspberry Pi virtually. We had to download the VPN, the school VPN, and then we went from there. It involved some coding and things like that, but that's pretty much all it was. We used the school VPN. Once we were in, we logged onto the Raspberry Pi and began making our VPN. And we were also making an ad blocker as well. All right, so now we're gonna get into excuse me, can't really see you too well. The connection to the Raspberry Pi architecture to my project. So to get into it, the VPN architecture. First is you want to so the VPN architecture. The VPN architecture involves the implementation of VPN protocols like OpenVPN or WireGuard on the Raspberry Pi. These protocols manage certain connections, encryption, and tunneling to establish a private network over the internet. We do things such as network stacking, which utilizes the Raspberry Pi's networking capabilities. Doing this, you're able to route the traffic through the VPN tunnel, ensuring all internet-bound traffic is encrypted and secure. And go back to the rationale, that was also the point, because we want everything to be secure, and we want to filter the information that's going through and make sure that's encrypted as well. And there's different security layers, like I said. So it implements encryption, algorithms, and security measures to protect data transmitted through the VPN, ensuring privacy and confidentiality. Now, getting into another feature it has is the ad blocking architecture. Okay, it has DNS filtering, for example. The ad blocking often involves DNS-based filtering to block access to known ad-serving domains. This architecture incorporates DNS filtering techniques like Pi-hole, which we were doing, which acts as a network-wide ad blocker by intercepting DNS queries and blocking requests to ad domains. It also lists and filters. It utilizes a filter list containing known ad domains and trackers and malicious sites to effectively block unwanted content, which is the point. Now getting into the another architecture thing that it has is its firewall and its Linux networking. Okay, so it implements firewall rules and packet filtering mechanisms using tools like uncomplicated firewall to manage incoming and outgoing traffic on the Raspberry Pi, allowing or blocking specific connections based on predefined rules. And then getting to the routing and NAT, it manages network address translation and routing rules that direct traffic through the VPN and ensure proper functioning of the ad blocker while maintaining secure connections. Now for our software/application architecture, the configuration interfaces provides user-friendly interfaces or command line tools to configure and manage the VPN settings. Ad blocking rules and other parameters on the Raspberry Pi. For our service management, it sets up and manages the service responsible for VPN connectivity and ad blocking, ensuring they start automatically and run effectively. For the performance and optimization architecture, resource management optimizes resource utilization on a Raspberry Pi by managing CPU, memory, and network resources efficiently to ensure smooth operation of the VPN and ad blocking functionalities without significant performance degrading. Then it also has caching as part of its optimization. So yeah, it's different caching mechanisms to enhance browsing speed by storing frequently accessed content locally and reducing the need for repeated requests to external servers. We're still recording. All right, so this is when I first logged onto the Raspberry Pi. Oh shoot! This is when I first logged onto the Raspberry Pi. This is what it looked like right here, as you can see. So that's what it looked like when I first logged on when I was installing my Pi-hole. Okay. This is when we were putting in the website link to the Raspberry Pi to install. This is what it looked like. Next. Okay. See this? Still with the install. This is when we run in the Pi hole. Put in the sudo. Okay. All right, so then this is when the installation was complete. See, we did the configuration correctly. There's VPN up top. So this is once we did it completely, and this is when we received our password. So we used this password, and then we were able to put that in. As you can see here, we put the password into the web interface, and that worked. So it's that right there. Once we had that password, we were put it into the web interface, and that was able to work correctly. And then that gave us the ability so we can configure our devices using the Pi hole. All right, so once I got here, I was able. This was the query page. Now, the only thing I wasn't able to do was get it to run, like the ad blocker wouldn't run. But I was able to get to the query page here, as you can see. So that was able to work. I just couldn't get the ad blocker to actually run. So the VPN was able to work. So here we go. Here's the IP address. I had to change it to group 5 for my group, so that was able to work. And we had to set up the static IP address. Okay. For this part, as you can see here, this is just more of what I did. Okay, put in the code. Oh no, excuse me. This is when I had to restart. I had to restart the Pi after we did a few things. Okay, this for the next part. So when we put in the sudo command for the VPN. All right, here, another part. I had to go to remote, and I had to actually change the VPN to group 5, as you can see. It ends in the 5 there. I had to change that. Okay. Okay, here we are now. This is the next stop that we were at. This is when I named my VPN. I was able to create it successfully, bob.ovpn. And then I also had to create a password when I did this. So this is when the VPN was created. Now the next step was to actually get it on the Pi. And also another thing, going back to the ad blocker that didn't work. I tried it even on Pi B. On the other Pi, it still didn't work. So that's when I moved on with that. I just wanted to bring that back up. So yeah, the VPN was created here. All right, so this is once we got everything connected. So I changed the address to my group 5 address. I put in the net mask and the gateway from the overview. Put that in. I changed the DNS as well, so that was changed. And I had to put everything to manual. Okay, there's my VPN. I was able to get that file in the downloads, so I can turn it on. Okay, so as you can see here, the VPN was able to connect, so all of that went correctly. For the next part, I'll take you to. This was me actually doing the VPN step here. So we'll go into this. This is me doing the VPN step. Added it. Boom. Then I had to put my password in that I created. There it is. Okay. So just to go over again with everything. All right. So that was a process that I had to go through. That was the whole process. And to go over again, like I said with the ad blocker, that was the only thing I had to troubleshoot. And I even tried it on another Raspberry, and it still didn't work on another Raspberry. So that didn't work. But I did get to this page, and everything else was able to function correctly. Like I said, I got the VPN that was on there. I was able to turn that on correctly, change the IP address to my group, and everything like that. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So everything was a success besides the ad blocker. I just want to make sure there's nothing else here that we didn't go over. That's the architecture. And yeah, so I believe that we completed what we had to do. We made the VPN so it was secure and encrypted information can go through. I was able to get on the Pi. So I think everything went correctly. Thank you.